Okay, guys, looking at question 6. So here is part of a field. This is the field here. Okay. This part of the field is in the shape of a trapezium. Okay. So that's the part of the field. A farmer wants to put a fence all the way around the edge. The distance around the edge of a 2D shape is called the perimeter. Therefore, I think this is a perimeter question. Around the edge of this part of the field. The farmer has 50 meters of fence. Does he have enough fence? You must show you're working. Well, this should be easy. All I need to do is just add this length, add this length, add this length. I have a problem. I don't know what this length is here. The question obviously needs me to work out what that length is. So let's just highlight that as best I can. So this length here is the length that I want. Well, if I draw along here and up here, we can see that I can make a right angle triangle. So hopefully it will let me take all of that. It does. Okay, and now what do I know about these things? Right. Well, what I know is that this length across the bottom is 10 meters. So let's label that. That's 10 meters. I know that all of this length here is 18 meters, and this length here is 11 meters. Therefore, if I compare, and I've got 18 minus 11, it's going to leave me with this length up here. So I've got 18 minus 11. Let's just write that over here. That means that that length there is therefore 7 meters. This length here is 7 meters. Yeah? Okay. Label that on our diagram. I know this length here is 7 meters. Well, this is a right angle triangle. I have two sides. SOHCAHTOA will not work here because SOHCAHTOA requires a length and an angle, and I just have lengths. I want the longest side in this right angle triangle, which is called the hypotenuse. So I know I'm just going to use A and B, doesn't matter which is A, which is B, as long as C is always the hypotenuse, the longest side. Okay, Pythagoras Theorem tells us that A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So 7 squared, add 10 squared is equal to C squared. 7 squared is 49 plus 10 squared, which is 100, equals C squared. Therefore, C squared equals 149. So if I therefore square root both sides, now what I could do is leave this as a surd. Surd is a topic we've covered a while ago. Yeah, in the event that that's a bit confusing, because when you put that in on your calculator and you say the square root of 149, it will leave it as the square root of 149. That's called a surd. In the event you want to see what it is as a decimal, if we've got a Casio calculator, I think it doesn't matter actually what calculator, you press the S to D button and it will give me it. I always recommend that we try and round this right at the end, but for now I'm just going to round it to 3 decimal places. So that length there is 12.207 to 3 decimal places. Yeah, that's what C equals. Let me just check my diagram, see if that sounds reasonable. Well, if this is 10 meters, this is 11 meters, yeah, 12 meters sounds reasonable. In the event it's like 100 or something, again, I'm thinking I've probably made a mistake. Okay, I've now worked out that this length here is 12.207. Now I'm going to work out my perimeter because I have every length around the outside of it. Yeah, so I've got 11, the perimeter. is equal to that 11 that I just said, plus 10, plus 18, plus 12.207, and that equals 51.2. Now, typically with these questions, the answer is probably not going to be a million miles away. 51.2 is very close to the 50 meters that was talked about. Okay, I still haven't got all of my marks. Does he have enough fence? No. Not enough fence. And the reason why is because 51.2 is greater than 50. Okay, thanks guys.